Topic introduces term structure models, which are mathematical frameworks used to describe and forecast the behavior of interest rates across different maturities. The term structure of interest rates, commonly represented by the yield curve, reflects the relationship between bond yields and time to maturity. Financial institutions use term structure models extensively for valuing bonds, pricing interest rate derivatives, managing fixed income portfolios, and measuring market risk. The program emphasizes that these models attempt to capture the dynamic evolution of interest rates over time, while accounting for uncertainty, volatility, and economic expectations. Effective term structure modeling is therefore fundamental for understanding fixed income market behavior and interest rate risk exposures. The topic explains that term structure models can be broadly classified into equilibrium models and no arbitrage models. Equilibrium models derive interest rate behavior from assumptions regarding economic forces such as investor preferences, consumption, and monetary policy. Examples include the Vasicek and Cox-Ingersoll-Ross CIR models, which describe short-term interest rate movements through stochastic processes. These models generate theoretical yield curves consistent with assumed economic dynamics. However, equilibrium models may not always fit observed market yield curves accurately because they prioritize long-term economic consistency over exact calibration to current market prices. The topic highlights that understanding model assumptions is critical when interpreting interest rate forecasts and valuation results. A central concept in term structure modeling is the short rate process, which describes how instantaneous interest rates evolve over time. Short rate models assume that future movements in interest rates depend on current rates, volatility parameters, and mean reversion tendencies. Mean reversion implies that interest rates tend to move back toward a long-run average over time rather than drifting indefinitely upward or downward. This property is important because it reflects realistic economic behavior and central bank influence on financial markets. The program emphasizes that different assumptions regarding volatility and mean reversion significantly affect bond pricing, derivative valuation, and the shape of the yield curve generated by the model. Topic also focuses on arbitrage-free models, which are designed specifically to ensure consistency with observed market prices and eliminate opportunities for riskless profit. Arbitrage-free models calibrate directly to the current term structure so that model-implied bond prices exactly match market prices. Unlike equilibrium models, which derive yield curves from economic theory, arbitrage-free frameworks prioritize accurate pricing of fixed-income securities and derivatives. Popular arbitrage-free approaches include the Holy and Black-Dermontoy models. The program stresses that these models are particularly useful for pricing interest rate derivatives and securities with embedded options because they produce valuation results fully aligned with prevailing market conditions. The topic also discusses the importance of volatility structures within arbitrage-free models. Interest rate volatility influences the pricing of bonds, swaps, caps, floors, and other interest rate-sensitive instruments. Arbitrage-free models allow volatility assumptions to vary across maturities and time horizons, improving their ability to match observed market behavior. Interest rate trees are commonly used within these frameworks to model future rate paths under risk-neutral pricing assumptions. By calibrating the model to current market instruments, such as zero-coupon bonds and swap rates, arbitrage-free models ensure internally consistent pricing relationships across the fixed income market. This consistency is essential for effective hedging, valuation, and risk management applications. Overall, topics demonstrate that term structure models and arbitrage-free models are essential tools for modern fixed income analysis and interest rate risk management. Term structure models provide insight into the evolution of yield curves and interest rate dynamics, while arbitrage-free frameworks ensure accurate pricing consistency across financial instruments. Both approaches rely on assumptions regarding volatility, mean reversion, and future interest rate movements, making model selection critically important. The program emphasizes that no single model perfectly captures all market behavior, so practitioners must balance theoretical rigor, calibration accuracy, and practical implementation when managing fixed income portfolios and pricing interest rate derivatives under changing market conditions.